Hello,
Boom.
hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello. We're live. This is live number 10. And today we're in our little tiki den.
We sure are.
In the shed. We are in the garden. We're drinking the Stowford Press. So I can see a lot of you in the chat today. Yes.
Can everybody hear us okay? That's probably the first thing to check. I think you can.
Okay. One day what we should do is just mine.
Yeah, maybe we could do that.
No, we wouldn't do that.
Let's have a look. Is
There's
everybody saying
lots of you
yes?
in the chat. So hello everybody, and thank you for joining us on a lovely Sunday evening. It's very hot, very humid here in Pembrokeshire. It's a bit overcast, but it's nice. It is nice, and we're sat in the bar, as we said. We're drinking the Stowford Press. Yeah, it's been a nice day. We've been quite busy today. We've been having to do, what was it, number 6 coat of paint?
Yes. Coat 5 and 6 were painted.
We've been doing the decorating in our lounge. We had a bit of trouble with the paint, didn't we? It wasn't taking. So we've had to swap over to like a tough and washable one, and we've had to paint it.
If you're in the Facebook group, Cruise Monkeys Crew, you'll have seen Luke posting some photos earlier in the week.
I basically turned our lounge into the Commodores Club.
Yes.
I didn't actually intend to do that from the word go, by the way. We'll say that. This is just how it fell together. It's one of those things. We sat there at the end and I was like, yes, now it's like, feels like the Commodores Club. But it's good. It's good. At least we feel like we're on a cruise and we're not on a cruise. So, yes.
Yes, good evening, everybody. I think we'll start off with a bit of a cheers to the weekend. I know it's near the end of the weekend, but
near the end of the weekend.
Sunday evening. Cheers, people.
I do like this Stowford Press. It's nice.
That's refreshing on a summer's
day.
So
who have we got in the chat today? I can see Ken goes cruising. I can see Gil,
good evening, Ken.
Gil and Sandra. I'm sure I saw Jerry and Dana in the house.
People are talking. I can see
Lauren
people talking.
Hardman, Nami goes cruising. Oh, Tom, he's
Tommy D,
Angela, Dave, Deb, Steve Vox. There's lots of people here. So how many do we have? Oh, 74. Wow.
74. Wow. If you're watching, can you make sure you give it a thumbs up as well, please? Nice to get 74 thumbs up.
So what are we going to start with tonight? What's the first topic of conversation? I suppose we should start with, if you've got any questions, make sure you just pop the question before you write your question so we can see it. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask away. We will answer them.
Lauren says drinks at the ready.
But what's the topic of this evening?
There's no topic. We just here to talk shit.
We will say we were absolutely bowled over and blown away by how many people are going to come on our group cruise.
Yes.
The Cruisemas with the Cruise Monkeys. That is going to be super exciting.
So on our last live, we announced Cruisemas Cruise, didn't we?
Yeah. I can't believe we've actually got like 18 months to wait. It's a bit of a bummer, but it's going to be worth it. But we had to wait that long because people need a chance to say, because obviously this is the exciting bit. It goes a week before Christmas. Like literally,
let's put it along the bottom.
I know, like literally, it's gonna be amazing because you're not gonna get those post-cruise blues because you're gonna be stepping off the ship and bam, it's basically Christmas. So, I mean, there's gonna be no, you know what I mean? No come down after the cruise. It's gonna be awesome. So I'm super pumped. I'm super excited, and we've been knocking around some ideas every time we walk the dog. We're like all the way. Yep. We've been chatting what we're thinking of doing, our plans, ideas. We've been knocking about. So yes, we're hoping it should be super fun.
It'd be great fun. So last time we did a live, we did the registration. So that period's now passed.
Yes.
We've got everybody who pre-registered booked on board. We had a wait list set up as well, and a few people have jumped over from that as well, while people who were pre-registered couldn't make it, things like that. I think when we checked yesterday, we had 2 spaces available. So if you are interested in joining us on Queen Anne on the 13th of December 2026 for a Christmas Markets cruise, head over to cruisemonkeys.com/cruisemas.
Yeah, I was going to say as well, don't be afraid to put your name on the wait list because things do change. Circumstances change. People may have pounced on it, quite rightly so, because it did sell out fast, so can't blame them for that. And then maybe gone to work and found they can't get the time off, or just circumstances have changed. And it happens. So if you're on the wait list, don't think, I'm never going to get a call, because there are a few people this week who have had calls on the wait list and they have come through, so they're delighted. So the team will be back in the office tomorrow morning, so they'll work through whatever's left, so everybody should know where they stand by Tuesday. It closes Tuesday, doesn't it? Because obviously what happens is when you book a group cruise, for us to get any sort of like
group benefits
and group benefits and from to link them all together, things like that, you have to book within a 1 week window. With Carnival mostly, isn't it? Like P&O and stuff, so that's why we're doing it.
We could.
So it'll be closing on Tuesday.
Yes. So if you are interested in that, make sure you head over and fill in that form. I've got a list of things here we're supposed to be talking about. Can you read it though? You can't read it, can you? Because my writing is probably so bad.
A spider has been painting and decorating today, and it's run across the page with all the ink or the paint all over its little feet.
So we
the spiders have feet.
They have legs, haven't they?
like insecti prongs.
We also have this weird little questions on our lives, don't
Last
we?
time it was kind of puff and fly, and now do spiders actually have feet?
Well, they've got legs.
They got
So
legs.
they must have little things at the end of the legs,
They
surely.
got the pointy bits.
Yeah. One thing we did mention, I think, on the last slide as well, was our Waverley excursion.
Oh
we were
yeah,
gonna be doing.
that didn't happen. We were very excited, all super pumped, and then basically on the Monday before, we had a text off them to say that it had been cancelled because of the wind. Fishguard still went ahead, but we couldn't. We were going to hopefully just whoosh over and book straight on the Fishguard one. We did try straight away, sold out. So it was a bit of a bummer that. But we did think about this afterwards, and we thought, well, if it was going to be that rough and that windy, it wouldn't have been a very pleasant experience, and maybe it wouldn't have been that enjoyable. So we'd better off we'll wait. We'll do it again, but. Yeah, I think we come off. I'd rather it be cancelled if it's rough than have to endure something and hate it. And also, there's a lot of people on that ship, isn't it? I think it's about 7. I want to say 700. When we've seen it rock up in Milford the week or 2 weeks before, it looked packed, and we were thinking if it was a bit choppy, a bit windy, a bit rainy, everyone would be inside. So we had plans of having like a meal and all in there. Like they've got like a diner thing on there. We thought we're gonna have some food. But that, it wouldn't have been pleasant, would it?
No.
Anyway,
It'll be back next year.
It will be back. But anyway, what we did do was we thought, well, we were going to go out for a meal. So me, you, and Ben went to a local hotel in Milford Haven, went to the Lord Nelson, and we had an absolutely spectacular meal. It was absolutely delicious. I had like a burger, we had some drinks, and we had, whatever pudding. I had a lovely pudding.
You'd like
a sundae, like a caramel sundae. Oh, God, the food was good. In fact, we haven't actually been there for food before. I would definitely go
just back. What we needed on Tuesday as well, because Tuesday was a disaster, wasn't it?
Oh yeah,
not only the Waverley thing. We woke up on Tuesday morning to our Facebook page and group had been suspended by Facebook for some reason.
They said they accused us of being terrorists.
Yeah. So we only do like cruise stuff. So by I think Tuesday night, I think we read online that there was like thousands and thousands of people impacted. It wasn't just us, but that was a bit scary waking up.
Because it said
Facebook just
it said the name of your group is called, like, basically it's caused an offence or it's infringed on something, and
it was scary. It was scary. So if you are not signed up, if you're in the group, notice that'll be why. And if you're not signed up to our newsletter, make sure you sign up to our newsletter, because that is the one thing we control fully. So nobody can take that away from us. I can just see coming through as well. Thank you for joining our YouTube channel.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, we love all the support. We really do appreciate it. It helps us out leaps and bounds. So sometimes when we have little hiccups and things, it just keeps us going.
It does. And I suppose saying hiccups and things, there's no new video this Friday, was there?
No, there was no new video because, well, no, I was ahead, but I got a bit tired, to be honest. It's nice. No, it is nice. When you're working though, like this is kind of a job for me now, so I do it all the time. But after 5 weeks, well, I'm on the 7th episode, to be honest. But I thought, I'm really tired. I need to get other things done. We will have the decorating, which turned out to be, it turned out well in the end, but it was a bit of a disaster last weekend. The house was upside down for 4 days. And then we had the Waverley, then you had the Facebook thing. So there was all these funny, and then we had the group thing, which it was all a bit distracting for me. I can't concentrate. And there was just bits and bobs needed doing. So I thought, well, let's just take a week off. I would if I was working, I'd have a week off now and again for a holiday, wouldn't I? So I thought, let's just catch up. So that's what happened. But I will say this, episode 6 is made. It's been voiced over. I just need to run a few checks on it.
So this is the one where you've got a sea day coming to Tromsø, isn't it?
Yes, we have a sea day where we see some whales. We have a sea day, sailing to Tromsø, and then the one I'm actually on now, which has been quite exciting and quite fun to make. I'm making the one with the huskies, the dog sledging. I haven't finished that one. I'm just up to like the evening meal, so we're getting close to the end. So hopefully, maybe tomorrow night it'll be finished, and then I go start the music and whatever, yada yada. So hopefully. There should be a video now next week. We'll be resumed as normal for the next 5 weeks until the end of the series now. So if you're wondering where the videos are and what's happened, it just took a little break and it just caught up.
So we'll get into some questions. I can see there's a question already come in. So if you have got questions, start with a question because it makes it loads easier for us to see it. So the first question, I think this would be for you, Luke.
Will I be go? Oh yeah, I'll go on another cable car. It was. for a moment, I thought, oh, this is bloody. I thought, what is happening? I mean, it just stopped, and it was so silent. It was just me and Gavin in the
It was
cable
just
car.
slowing down, wasn't it?
It could. I said to you, it sort of slowed down, and it just stopped. And the wind was howling. And it just all completely stopped. And we were just suspended, and the snow was going. The wind was howling. It was just like I could just see maybe one or two skiers going underneath us. And I thought, okay. Initially, I was like, oh, this ain't good. What's happened? And then I thought about the ship, because I thought, well, how long will we be stuck in this bloody thing? As it happened, it felt a lot longer than it was. It was probably only lasted I'd say about a good minute or two. It wasn't 20 seconds. You said 20 seconds. It wasn't that. It was about a minute or two. No, full of sort. Well, if you say that, but if you actually go through the phone, like I have, and edit the video, you'll see when that started. This is when that conversation. We're like, oh, we're moving. I'm sure it was a couple of minutes.
Okay.
We don't know what actually happened. Possibly somebody maybe had an accident. Perhaps they needed to, because those cable cars, I don't know if everyone knows this, they constantly run. They don't stop for you to get in. You sort of have to hop in them as they go around. And it's the same with the one in Madeira, for sure. It constantly goes round on a circuit. So possibly somebody had an accident. They thought, well, we need to get them in it safely to take them down. Perhaps they broke a leg or something, or maybe it broke down. There was a power shortage because the snow was coming down quite heavy at that point.
There was that cable car. The car itself had no cover on. They might have removed one or something like that.
Possibly, maybe they do.
Who knows?
So that could be what it was, but it did start pretty soon. But it would have been nice, I suppose, if they had like a little tannoy in there and just said, please be aware, the cable car stopped for X reason. We will be resuming the thing shortly. That would be great. But they didn't, so you just sat there in the wind. And I was like, oh, we've got to go on our cruise ship. And that was a really, we got on the ship 20 minutes before all aboard for guests. I mean, bearing in mind the crew the crew one's earlier than ours, isn't it? We were 20 minutes and we walked up. And as we were walking, me and Gavin were just taking pictures. I was like, oh, this is nice, okay. We're having a little chat, we're bumbling down the towards the ship. And then when we got on board, I could hear as we got up the gangway, it was like, oh, they're the last two, they're on board. I was like, are we the last people? And which, I was a bit baffled by. We've never had that before. We had plenty of time though. We had a good hour. The thing is, we were taking selfies on the gangway. They didn't rush us. They didn't get abrupt or anything. We walked on. It was just we overheard them say, "Last two are on board now," and that was it. I was like, "Wow, I didn't realize we were the last two." But Narvik was a really nice place. The scenery that morning was absolutely phenomenal. Hell, it was. I was well worth waking up at 5 a.m. to see that sun just coming up at the end, and the ship was sailing directly to it. It was beautiful.
We had quite a funny comment this week, didn't we?
Someone said something.
Somebody said you woke up hungover. I'm definitely not 5 o'clock in the morning.
Night before, I had crippling indigestion, felt seasick, so I actually just had peppermint tea and Pepsi. I did have the aquavit, but I mean, I went to bed. Sober as a judge, went to bed early that night. I wasn't hungover.
But no, when we had a comment, did you actually watch the video? Yeah. I don't think they did, let's be honest.
And we seem to be getting a lot of that lately. We seem to get people just having a bite for no reason. So
okie dokie. Oh, good to join us on the cruise. Woo!
It's going to be
so
from
the parks, just back in the pub, joining us. Lovely.
It's going to be so much fun. I'm so excited about the Christmas cruise. We're going to come up with so many things. I've got so many ideas bopping around in my head, in my little brain.
Our next cruise and where to. So we haven't actually announced fully where our next cruise and where to.
Well, we can say we're going on a brand new princess ship. So that leaves that narrows it down. And this princess ship that we're going on is very similar to the other princess ship we were going to go on last, but it didn't happen because it got postponed and we got cancelled. So yeah, we're going on Star Princess basically.
Yes,
which we're most excited.
It's a good three months so away. So
we're taking a break to catch up. We've got a lot of videos to do, bits and pieces to do around the house, the garden, things. We're catching up. So we're taking a little brief pause, but we've got plenty of content coming up. So don't worry, there won't be too many breaks. We do these lives as well, so we're always going to be about. But yeah, we're going in October. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be super.
We've got somebody from Minnesota.
Wow,
watching. Hello, Eleanor.
Wow, hello.
91 in chat. Yes, please give it a thumbs up.
102 now. I mean, I never really look at the number. I didn't just figure this out.
I wouldn't listen to that number.
Okay.
Sometimes it doesn't work.
Okay.
Right, we've got a question from Ken Goes Cruising.
Do you think of the best weddings at sea? Oh God, well, we didn't actually get married on a cruise ship, did we?
No.
I mean, I should imagine it's a difficult one without actually physically. I mean, we had a honeymoon. That was just a honeymoon. That was just me and you. We've done an engagement party, but that was just basically like a group of us as friends. but not as a wedding. I mean, that's quite a difficult one. I don't know. I've never been to a wedding at sea. I mean, if anyone wants to invite me to their wedding, I'll go on a special cruise. But I don't know. Princess I should imagine would be quite good because they've got like that little. There's like a little chapel-y thing, a wedding venue, which is like in the middle of all the cabins.
The Ivory Suite on Britannia is quite nice.
That was lovely. Yeah, we did actually see that being. Didn't we see that being dressed for a wedding?
Yeah, or what's Britannia? Is she Southampton or is she Hamilton registered?
Oh, I think she's Southampton. Still.
Southampton.
Yes.
So it depends when the ship's registered as well as what they can do. So you'll find some of them will offer weddings at sea as long as they're not, or as long as they're registered outside the UK. Because I don't think UK ones can actually do weddings.
If it was me, the only approach I'd have is which would be my go-to kind of cruise line, the one I felt most confident with, the one I if you like the brand, I think that's what I'd gravitate towards. That's probably how I do it.
So Ken's asking about that. I wonder whether Ken's got some kind of renewal of vows or something in the air, maybe. Possibly.
Well, it could be. Is it to do with Josh and Alfie? They got engaged, didn't they?
Yeah,
Young Sea. If anyone follows Young Sea, they got engaged.
Yeah,
so
if Young Sea in the house, congratulations.
Well done. Happy times. Happy times. It's lovely. I think they're too busy. They're on Vitrosa. They're on a cruise.
So
there's a lot of people that we're seeing who haven't been on Cunard before, and that is why we chose. Like normally, we put the vote to the group. We say pick a cruise, and we do it that way. But this time, we said no. It's number 3. We're choosing the cruise, and we have had numerous comments over the years about people saying they'd love to go on Cunard. They're a bit apprehensive. They're a bit nervous. And we just figured the group cruise would be the best way to do it because you've got the support of the group. Not that you need support, you know what I mean? Like you've got it's a nice community with you. You've got a bit of a group with you. It's nice. And we've chose Queen Anne for that reason as well, because she's the most modern Cunard ship going. So she's got lots of new amenities and things. And I kind of find Queen Anne has a slightly different vibe to the other ships because it definitely appeals to a different demographic. So it's more of a younger crowd and more, I'd say so. It's a good. Hopefully, it'll be a good fit. Fingers crossed.
Lauren's on the cruise with us is asking about what dining times have we gone for on Cunard. So anybody who's on the group cruise, by the way, we'll be getting a post out or an email out this week with a link to the Facebook group.
Yeah.
But when
we're setting up a group basically specifically for the group cruise, which we did before Britannia was
worked really well.
We're going to do the same again, which you will have to have like your booking numbers and things. We'll have to make sure you are on the group cruise. It won't be open to anybody and everybody. Is just specifically for us as on the group.
Anyway,
I digress.
You digress.
I'll just have a drink.
So what I was going to say is when we go on Cunard, we do tend to go for late dining because we always find like late dining works quite well for us. We haven't actually chosen our one this time. I think because we're saver, we haven't really chosen this. We've just let the team sort all out. So we'll probably nearer the time kind of work it out. But yeah, late seems to work well. We tend to go for fixed dining, so you get the same waiters every night because we find that's really nice as well.
It's very, very convenient as well because you get the rapport with them, and when they come and say, "Oh, do you want so and so?" They know what wines you drink, everything. You only have to look at them and they go, "Oh, he wants a red wine. He'll have this one," and they just plonk it on the table.
We have done the one we did the short cruise on Victoria. I think we had Freedom on that one, didn't we? Or Anytime Dining, whatever they call it, where you go in.
Well, with Ben last year.
No, the one before that.
Because see, that's something that's coming up on our channel, by the way. The one we went on with Ben last December is going to come up on the channel.
Yes,
but in the middle of the summer.
So Christmas cruise.
Christmas cruise. But we've just launched this, so it'll give you some idea of what Cunard do. We're actually toying with the idea of maybe not. We can't vlog it because we've got so much on. But me and Gav were actually contemplating taking a little mini holiday around about the Christmas period on Queen Anne, just to see what the ship looks like, take some pictures, just to share it with you, just get a bit, what to expect. Be nice to see because she's we haven't actually seen what Queen Anne looks like at Christmas. We've seen Queen Victoria and Queen Mary, but we've not seen Queen Anne.
Another question here. When you were on Aida, did you find it was geared to older people or were activities aimed at all ages? So Aida, when we did it, was a 2-week Iceland and Norway cruise, which it was definitely geared to older people.
There was definitely an older demographic on board. However, we did find people of a younger outlook kind of thing, and they were a lot of fun. We had to. I wish we'd met them sooner actually, because we didn't really. It's one of those things. We went on a cruise on our own, but by probably about the first week in, we'd started to meet people and chat people, know people. that second week, honestly, it's weird. When you go on a long cruise, you think it's going to take forever, don't you? That first day, you think, oh, this is nice, it's going to take forever. This cruise is going to last ages. You get in a routine, it goes faster and faster. But we met these lovely people. The second week flew by. We had loads of fun. We went to the disco. And at the time, they had the tropical party in Alden. They were the ladies.
What we found with the discos, they were closing it quite early because there was nobody there.
So we
sussed that out, and we kind of got people into the disco so that they'd keep it going another hour.
Yeah. She is definitely, she's adult only ship, but she's definitely good or attracts an older demographic passenger. But I will say that the itinerary will have a big bearing on it. So depending on what itinerary you're doing, if you're doing like a mini cruise, you'll find quite a young, probably lively crowd on it. Maybe in a week's cruise you get the same, but this one was a 2-week cruise over the school summer holiday. So I think the people who were booking it for a specific reason because they didn't want to be surrounded by kids. They were probably like retired teachers and things on there.
Oh, we met some teachers, didn't we?
Yeah, so that's probably what they were doing. So they wanted peace and quiet. But it was a good cruise, a lovely ship.
Caroline's saying that their Waverley cruise was cancelled as well.
Yeah. It's a bummer, isn't
it? We've heard it does, well, obviously it gets cancelled quite often because you wouldn't really want to be out seeing a Palestine.
The thing is that when it came down here 2 weeks earlier, it actually changed its schedule because it was supposed to go out in the evening and do a sunset like cruise around the Puffin Islands, Montskoma, but it didn't. It changed, and they brought it forward, so it came in at 10 in the morning and it was back by 4, which is how we got to see it in video. Luckily, we did. But honestly, once those passengers were dropped off, that ship just belted out of here, didn't it? It was gone.
It's Tina saying hello from Weymouth. We like Weymouth.
We do love Weymouth. Yes,
we went there last year.
Dorchester, didn't we? And Weymouth, and it was really, really nice. I'd love to go back.
We've got pink waving hand from Grace. So this, I don't know if it shows. So that's what we see when somebody sends a
hand pink. So they're typing it in, and maybe it's for emoji.
I think probably everybody else sees it.
I'm looking
in the chat. Yeah.
So, see, it shows it
in the chat. You get
on us. We get hand pink. So we've got good imagination.
We can try and guess what it is, isn't it? Just kind of give it away, that one. Somebody went to Andelsnes. So we've never been on the cable car in Andelsnes.
We've always actually physically climbed to the top of Naslaxla, haven't we? That was hard work, very hard work.
This first time we did it in jeans and we were completely no water, unprepared.
I think for some random reason we did take some biscuits from the room, and I remember sitting at the top and thinking we'll eat the biscuits. We didn't know. We didn't get to the top of the first time because we got too scared because there's like this chain and everyone was sort of hanging off it with their feet digging into the rock face. Yeah. And we were like, it's getting busy, we're not doing it. And then we got back down to the ship and we could see, what could we see? There was something, we saw the little pontoon we did, the walk, the viewpoint. Right, we only had to walk a little bit more. We got to the top. So we thought, no, when we did it on Acadia, we're going to get to the top. Yeah. And when we got to the top, there's a little hut. And in the little hut, there's a book and you sign it when you think. And we nearly didn't sign it because we were leaving. And we're like, I said, Gavin, there's a book here. And we actually wrote our names in that book. So for 2019, on the Naslaxla viewpoint thing, there's a book,
which I think is where the cable car hits you.
Probably is now, but the cable car didn't even exist. They didn't even make a start on it then when we went there last.
But no, if we went back to Andelsnes, we probably would do the cable car.
I would go because it would be so relaxing. I'd be looking at it and you know how much hard work it is. That would be so it'd be satisfying, wouldn't it?
Touch wood. There's lots of it around us. No, we haven't.
We're very, very careful. Like I said,
we do aim to get back by now.
We weren't held up too much because of the cable car, I will say that. But when we got back, like I said, we were 20 minutes early. I didn't expect us to be the last people on board. Did you?
No.
That did shock me. But that is probably the closest we've ever come, would you say?
No, Martinique was the closest, I'd say. Martinique.
Oh, yeah, we were whooshing down the road, weren't we?
Yeah, we're in the
private tour, which was through Caribbean Island Tours. And it was bloody good. And it was really good because we could see all this traffic, but because he operated the guy, I can't remember his name now. He was a taxi as well. Callum J, yeah. And so he basically went bombing down the taxi lane, so we were whooshing through, weren't we? And we got there in perfect time. But
yeah, we got there. We had time for photos. We had time for another drink.
Again, we've never been cut it fine to the point where we're peer runners. That'd be like my worst.
To us, cut it fine is if you're there half an hour before it's due to leave. That's cut it fine to us. But most people, they wouldn't care. Haley, I was on my first cruise, P&O Aurora. That was our first cruise as well.
That's what started us off on this. It did. Someone says tropical in Southampton today.
We've not had the best weather this weekend. Everybody else
been. It does actually look really nice because I've got Sirloin chips on the iPad, and it is the It's one of the river cams. It's the one behind the QE2, looking at the. Is that a wheat tower? There's a wheat tower. I don't want to say. It's a Netley cam.
It could be.
Anyway, that's on the background. It does look really hot there today. It looks lovely. Oh, it'd be perfect for a sail away today.
Have fork, will eat it. So we just we hadn't seen this question, so we just kind of answered it. So when we were in Martinique, we did Caribbean Island tours. They're on Facebook, and we did the full day tour, which took us. It was a taxi, only 4 of us in this taxi, and he took us to.
We went to a beach. That was really
good.
Took us
to the beach.
Did we? No.
Went to the art kind of thing, didn't we? The art and
we
crafts
did some
place.
tasting. What did we rum tasting?
Rum tasting, arts and craft. We had a coconut by the roadside.
Yes, we drank a whole coconut. We went to a few beaches, didn't we?
Yeah, it was nice.
Because we saw one that was like all the fish, didn't we? And there was a robot toilet, one that cleans itself. And I couldn't afford it.
So I don't know whether that's.
Cool.
I don't know whether it was actually called a pirate tour when we did it. It might have been. I'm not sure. Have a look on, or drop us a message if you want, and I'll send you the link to Caribbean Island tours. But it was quite reasonable as well, wasn't it?
The problem you have with all those Caribbean ports is there's always rum, and by the time you get back to that ship, like honestly, they're all merged into each other. They're all fantastic. I love all the Caribbean ports. I'm really struggling to remember. Yeah, but it was Martinique that one, wasn't it?
It was.
I'm just really trying to envision it.
James asking about booking kennels. So yeah, our little honey goes, or little honey, big honey, goes to a home boarding place.
She gets spoiled, right?
She gets spoiled, and we've been quite lucky with it. We can always get her in because we tend to book it in advance anyway, so it's all good. But yeah, it is a difficult thing trying to get dog care,
and it's expensive as well. I mean, it costs as much as a cruise in itself. She's lap of luxury. We
did a post yesterday on Facebook asking people to share their photos of their fur babies. It was really nice last night looking through everybody's photos, and somebody mentioned it today. Actually, there was a lot of sight hounds on there.
Yeah, there was. I noticed.
Yeah, so I don't know whether people are following us for honey or for the cruising. Who knows?
Oh, she's lovely. She is. She is lovely. Our little baby.
So I think we might be missing part of the question there.
Okay, love your content.
Thank you.
Got the cruising bug with 7 books. Wow. We have only tried P&O and Cunard. Who should you try next? I'm assuming possibly.
Who should we try next?
I'd say Princess.
Princess.
If you like P&O and you like Cunard, definitely recommend Princess. It's a perfect go between. Yeah, it's really good. A good product. It's really homely, fun. Celebrity be another good one.
Yeah. I've lost chat, by the way. So
he's doing this. Yeah. But yeah, I would definitely. I would say. Try Princess. They're very reasonably priced. They've got a really quite a good drinks package on the Princess Plus. So I would recommend you book that because you get your Wi-Fi.
Princess Plus, gratuities, Wi-Fi.
You get 15 drinks and you get specialty now, isn't it? Or is that Premier?
You get 2, I think.
You get 2 because Alfredo's used to be complimentary, but now it's like classed as an experience, and you have to only allow 2. But yes, I definitely recommend Princess. Like, good.
Oh, I'm just reading. Oh, I hope Ali feels better soon.
Oh no. Wish you well from us.
Cruise anniversary
cruise. And it got a citronella candle like right by right here because we didn't want any midges to be. And I'm choking on the citronella candle instead of swallowing a fly.
So James can't wait for the group. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. So, did we ever see the Northern Lights? Well, you have to wait and see, won't you?
Wait and see.
I think we might have posted some pictures. So I think
there may be there may be pictures in our Facebook group possibly.
Yeah,
I've shared some.
So
really lucky.
The next one we do get a glimpse of them in the next one.
There
we come into Tromsø.
Yes, there's just a streak, I think.
Yes,
on that one.
we get a little bit of them when we leave Tromsø. But the best ones were, I think,
the last day. The very last night.
Last 2 nights,
we
wasn't it?
Really, it was perfect. Yeah, we really hit it good on the way home. Really good. Yeah, that was after leaving.
Please do carry on watching the vlogs. See if we see them.
Olsen, wasn't it? I'm sure that night, because it was quite a sunny day that day. Yeah. I think that was the night we saw most of them.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. You know, we've seen them at home where you take a photo, you do the 10-second thing, and you see the Northern Lights, and that was really good last year, wasn't it?
Like a hue in the sky.
Yeah.
You get, but you can't really see them. But
it was just you could just see them.
You could see them. It was like, wow, I can see the Northern Lights. So it wasn't even hard because you knew where to point your camera. It was just easy.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Honestly, though, the dog sledging, which I mentioned now, was That was bucket list stuff. That was absolutely brilliant. I can't wait to share that with you. So I suppose probably next time we do a live, which will be in about a fortnight's time, that video would have, yes, because the would just gone out, so you will see next time we do a live.
Looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
If anyone is, by the way, interested in booking a Fred Olsen Northern Lights cruise in 2025, so for the end of the year, if you use Monkeys5 as a discount code on the website, you get 5% off. Just to let you know.
It's better than a kick in the teeth.
Yes, exactly. We don't get paid or anything. That's just they've done that. So we booked group cruise. Something
we booked on the group cruise.
Cool.
So we're really looking forward to that. It's going to be really.
So many people looking forward to it.
Yeah.
It's just so long to go. It's over 500 days away.
Yeah, but it's given me lots of time to plan and think about things and what we can do. And yeah, I've got some ideas. We've been talking about this great length. Maybe premature, but we're excited. We're excited.
Nobody's cruising. So they went to the wedding chapel and Nathan ran away. Loyal Princess moment.
Be nice to try Cunard on the group cruise. Yes. Yeah, I like.
I can see there be similarities between Cunard and Princess,
especially Queen Anne. Especially Queen Anne. Yeah, because she's a lot more modern. She's a bit of a fresher take on the Cunard. As opposed to the other ships. Not that there's anything wrong with the other ships. We love Cunard a lot. But Queen Anne's just a little bit more modern.
So I think Paul is counting down to a cruise on Azura.
Oh, lovely.
How excited do you still get counting down, especially after being on so many cruises?
Now, see, this is one of the reasons why we're actually taking a minor break is to just keep it all fresh, keep the excitement going, because I think you can have too much of a good thing. And I think we like to appreciate everything. Well, we do appreciate everything we've got. So we keep cruising special. We do still get excited. But for us now, I remember in the past, it used to get to about 10 weeks. We'd be really excited. Then it got to probably about the 4-week sort of mark. Now for us, I don't really get excited, I think, until about a week before. And I think when it really starts, the excitement is when I've finished packing. Like I used to be excited packing. Now, once it's packed, I'm like, now I'm going. And I
think for you as well, it's quite difficult because you're making the vlogs.
Yeah, I'm still like.
So you're still on a cruise that we did 3 months ago or something like that.
This is really weird, actually. I don't know if any of the fellow YouTubers in the chat will relate to this. But I find, because I'm so engrossed in making my videos week after week after week, for me, I still feel like I'm on Fred Olsen. I feel like I'm on Borealis. Even right now, I feel like I've not got off. But when I make that video and I'm editing that last bit and the sad music rolls and we're walking down the gangway and it's like it closes and we finished and I do that last voiceover and it's like the cruise is over. That's when it hits me. And I feel
quite
really
funny.
sad.
I can tell when you finished a video. You're like, oh, I feel really sad now.
And then I've got another cruise to go on. And I mean, but it's going to be, for me this time, it'd be weird because I'm going to be finishing the Borealis stuff and I'm hoping then to go on the Queen Victoria stuff. So I'll be excited because I'm going back on a cruise, but I'm not going back on a cruise. I'm just editing a new series. But then when I finish that, I'm actually looking forward to Star Princess though. Yeah, really am, because we had that press day with Ken and Lindsay last year. That was loads of fun. So I'm looking forward to experience it, and it'd be nice to do. There's a lot of new ports. We've never been to Gibraltar before.
We've also booked another cruise. Why? We've booked one for 2027.
We booked one for 20. We booked one for 20 because it was cheap.
Yeah, you have to wait and see about that one though. You have to keep following for the next 2 years.
Yeah, I can't believe how cheap it was. And there was another one I came across the other day, but that wasn't for 27, it was for 26. That was cheap too.
So yeah, I think we managed. Yeah, I think we managed to guess what your question was, James.
Yeah, what did he say?
Who would you try next after P&O?
Oh, we're good. We should be mind readers next.
Yeah.
Yes, I would say Princess for sure. Give them a go.
How do you convince friends that sailing is safe?
We love it, but they have never been on a river.
I don't think we've ever had friends who've been
even on a river. Sorry,
no, I don't think we've had friends who've been that.
A lot of people hit you straight with, "Oh my god, I'm going to be seasick." Now that's a very personal thing, and you will never know if you're going to be prone to seasickness or not until you've experienced actually being on the water.
I think the worry of it helps.
The worry of it doesn't help now. But then I find I'm fine most of the time. But then I have had certain rooms, especially. I think what I'm figuring out is if I'm all the way aft and quite high up, which you shouldn't book, you do feel emotion. I also tend to find when I'm really hungover, I'm more prone to seasickness, quite naturally, I would say. But yeah, that's the first thing that crops up is, oh my god, it's going to be seasick.
Or they do a ferry and they compare it to a ferry.
You can never compare a ferry to a cruise ship. You can't. The other one we get a lot of worry and apprehension is about the dress code, the formality, and what can they wear. Then you get some that will say, we've had it this week actually, we've had a conversation with somebody and they were worried that it was like a lot of old people sitting down doing Scrabble and crosswords and knitting, and I was like, no, it really isn't. You really need, there's a cruise line for everybody, as most of us know in the chat, but that's how I would say to a friend.
If they're unsure, you could
YouTube,
yeah. And then I was going to say, you could try a short cruise, but then that's also not a genuine reflection of a cruise sometimes.
No, but it's a good taster though for like seasickness. It's a good taster to break that image they've got in their mind of it being old people. I will say that normally a mini cruise can be a lot more lively than a full-on cruise, but it's definitely a way to go because they don't have to commit masses of money to it. So I'd say that's probably the best way to do it.
Yes, we watched this in the week. The Poop Cruise. I don't think anybody look at lasagna in the same way.
The biggest thing we took from it, the shock that we had was the fact that the contract at the end, did you read that bit? If you watched it right to the bitter end, and it says the contract said the ship didn't even have to be seaworthy.
They don't guarantee you seaworthy
no vessel or food of a certain what was it? I can't remember what they said.
Safe passage. It was like
I can't believe, and that was happening in 2013, that contract. So to be fair, luckily for all of us who weren't on the Poop Cruise, there are lots of things in place now that have changed because of it, and all for the better. Simple things like probably an independent generator for electric now isn't tied directly into the engine like it used to be. So I think that has been eliminated. There's so many different.
It was
eye-opening. It was
over 10 years ago. So a lot's changed since then.
I don't know if they chose the best people to interview either. They seemed a bit over the top, didn't they?
Yeah.
There were people that couldn't be bothered to go to muster, I don't think. They were like, I know we get drunk and we have a lot of fun, but we always go to muster. We always do the safety thing, even though we may have heard it. So we even joke. We will even like read it out as we're doing it. They say, the word for by one long, and we laugh. We do it as we go along, but that's not a bad thing, right? It's like when you like kids learn how to do things. We recite it, don't we?
Having a community around us persuade us to go cruise.
That's really nice. I'm so glad.
And Steve is now. But that is great to see so many people coming back from the first cruise on Virtuosa through to Britannia, and then now from Britannia on to Queen Anne. It's
brilliant.
So nice.
It's like it makes me really proud.
It's like a little family, and like we said on the last live, seeing people make friendships.
That's the biggest thing for me. Is the relationships and it's lovely.
JJ Cruise. Good to see you guys. Are you still on Villa Divine?
So the residency, residency ship.
Yes.
Which used to be a Fred Olsen ship. Yeah, it was the. Please help me out. No one asking me. You're the shippy geek. Don't call me a shippy geek. It's not very nice. I just know my ship.
Yes,
Cunard is in dollars. Yes,
it's all in dollars.
Which is where I keep slipping up, because I was talking to my dad yesterday and I said something like, "Oh, it's 70 quid a day for a drinks package," and Gav was like, dollars. And I was like, "Oh yeah, because it's probably about £50."
Yeah, it's all in dollars.
So it's all in dollars. But a good thing with it is the drinks measures are American measures as well. So
I think they are anyway, aren't they?
Sure,
they seem pretty strong.
So it's not like it's a bit more, isn't it? It's like not quite a double, is it? For a single, it's a bit more.
Okay, Arcadia busy with hen parties.
Yeah, I can believe it. It was hen parties, but nothing. It was.
I'm guessing nothing like.
But
yeah, no. We did a 3-night celebration cruise on Arcadia for our engagement, didn't we?
We call it a stag do, but it wasn't really a stag do. It was just
it was nice and lively, to be fair.
That was really good, and there was a few groups of us on that one as well, because I looked back the other day on that really old ancient video with the music, the silent era, and there were people that said like so and so's hen do their pink because you're not allowed to wear those t-shirts now on cruises.
You're not supposed to.
Not for hen do's and things, and they had the so and so's hen on the back, all pink matching, and we were actually quite civilized. We didn't do the t-shirt thing. We did matching bow ties, and all the men had blue bow ties, didn't they? And the girls had Heart of the Ocean from Titanic, and we all wore the.
You can see Ken and Cruising Gazer talking about sun in the chat.
Yes.
That's a question here for you.
What's this one? I was watching Solar Ships earlier. He was trying a new camera view, by the way. Okay.
You look that one up.
And
Watch that.
Indy was leaving for the fjords. I know you've done Royal Caribbean. For any plans to try? Yes, I would like to try them again. They are a bit pricey regards drinks. However, there was a good deal the other week I saw, and the drinks were about £40 £40 per person. That's a really good deal. If you ever see a drinks package on Royal Caribbean for that price, just snap it up. Another good time to get a drinks package as well would be on Black Friday sales. We would like to try Royal Caribbean again. As we said, we're just taking a bit of a brief break this summer. We really, really enjoyed Anthem, a lot. Like, I've always wanted to try that ship. That Aida and Celestyal was brilliant, and the bumper cars were loads of fun. I would like to try other ships. Originally, we were booked to go on Icon of the Seas maiden voyage, but we cancelled that because we couldn't afford the drinks package, to be quite honest.
It was coming out more than the cruise.
And the ship was a bit big and a bit overwhelming. At the time, we were a bit big shipped out.
I think we still are, to be honest. We do prefer smaller ships, don't we?
I like a medium-sized ship. But then, as we've said before, there's a mood for it, and I would go on a big ship again, without a doubt. But at the moment, I just like my medium sort of size ship. But definitely go, who is it? Liberty of the Seas is back next year, isn't it? What have we got at the moment? Indy. Would have been nice to try. I mean, you never know. Never say never. You might find in a couple of weeks, you might say, "Oh, we're going on a cruise around on Independence Seas for 3 nights." You might just see that, but
nothing planned at the moment. So Ben saying 5 weeks until their holiday in Turkey. We've been in Turkey for years.
I used to love Turkey a lot, especially Bodrum, Gumbet, that kind of area. Oh, it was bloody brilliant holidays.
And booked Marella Voyager.
That'd be nice. We'd like to try Voyager. I really liked Marella a lot. Certainly the class of ship we were on. I'd love to try Voyager for sure.
And Hayley saying she's booked Marella for June next year. But Marella, we found, it was our first one this year, and we got it for quite a bargain price. But it was really surprised us. We really, really enjoyed it.
Really good value for money. It was just, for me, the biggest thing was just paying that upfront cost, and that was it. There was no more additional expenses. If you just wanted to go on that cruise, you could mull around the ports. You could do a lot of things by foot. You just walk around town. You didn't have to spend another penny if you didn't want to, which is great. It really is.
There we are, Cruising Gazer, the princess experts. So that they put in there about the 2 specialties, or not specialties, the two Alfredo dine-ins, and then you get specialties when you go on the Premier. And
like that. There we go. They are the ones to ask for princess stuff. Yeah, definitely.
I don't know why we call Alfredo specialty, because it's not.
No, it's not. It never used to be. It used to just be a casual dining.
I think when we spoke about it earlier, we said it was specialty.
Oh, did we? Yeah, so we may have slipped that. Yeah, but it's because they only given you 2 visits, haven't they?
Yeah,
or whatever it is included.
Let's have a look. So your question here.
Phoenix Cruise have been on 4 P&O in the last couple of years. 4 books, looking to try different cruise line suggestions. 13-year-old daughter with Princess
or MSC.
MSC would be a good one. Yeah.
Are you looking for Southampton? Because that's why we kind of said probably Princess and MSC.
Yeah, I mean Marella would be a good fit as well. They're very British feel, home from home kind of vibe. I'd say definitely do some research and have a look. And always, if you see a deal, because that's what we tend to do, the first thing we do is we find the deal. We're like, oh wow, that's a good price. Then what ship is it? Then go on YouTube and see what ship it is and research it. Basically.
If you do like Sky Princess, for example, and you've done P&O Britannia, they are quite similar. Well, they're the same class of ship. They are different, but same class of ship. So
I do know that the Princess for the kids clubs and things like that, when we went on years ago, we walked around, we were given a tour and everything, and it seemed really quite comprehensive. There's quite a lot of choice and things to do.
Comment here, scenery in your latest vlog has been stunning. We had a lot of comments about the stunning scenery, haven't we, on this one?
It was worth getting up at 5 there.
Reminds me of Alaska, mountains, glaciers, snow. We'd love to do Alaska.
I would like to. We've been looking.
I've had a 4th Alaska cruise.
Going with Cunard.
Oh, so you're in Elizabeth then. Brilliant.
Love that. Love it. Oh, I'd love to do that.
I think everybody's very eager for Queen Elizabeth to come back this side of the world.
We're all missing her. She's not. We haven't been on here since 2019. Then she left to go to Australia. I mean, obviously there was a couple of cruises after COVID, wasn't there? Like staycations and things. And then she went back to Australia. It'd be nice for her to come home. Thing is, though, did she sail after staycations? I thought she was there quarantine ship, wasn't she? No, I thought it was Queen Victoria.
Oh,
yeah.
That's part of my mind I want to leave behind kind of times, isn't it?
Yeah. But no, that'd be really good. really good. I'd love to go. Yeah, Alaska on Queen Elizabeth would be fun. That'd be good.
It's never good when people are falling downstairs. We have walked up. I know when we've been on. I've woken up in the middle of the night and gone to the loo, and I had to walk up the cabin. That kind of like stomp
I've
my
been in
way
a
up. 'Cause
bed.
it's like,
I've been in a bed and had that feeling of fall out of bed. We did have one bumpy experience, me with the Bellissima on Bay Biscay. Bay Biscay can be like a mill pond, or it can be like a washing machine. It's hit and miss.
See Debbie's saying they're on their first Cunard cruise next week. Oh, lovely. Along
And
with
Queen Anne
Celebrity
as well. It'd be nice. It'd be nice to change. It'd be nice to try. It'd be nice to try it. Yeah.
There you go, Luke. It's a question for you.
That's one of my favourite cocktail. Oh, that's really hard. I do like a Miami Vice because that's a 2-for-1 kind of deal, isn't it? A pina colada and a strawberry daiquiri. But I do like a San and Fuego on Princess. Do also like, what was that one we had when we were on? Was it called Annabelle or something? When we were on, that was quite nice. What was the name? When we were doing that thing with the Magic Castle thing.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of them.
There's loads of cocktails. There was loads. But that was quite nice. Oh, it's too hard to choose. I'm gonna go with like a pina colada or strawberry daiquiri. They're the most holiday vibes. And if you get a Miami Vice, well, you've got them both.
Hayes saying completely hooked after the first cruise.
Yeah, we were the same. We've only ever been on one land holiday, and that was because we went to the Dubrovnik on a cruise, which is why we went back.
Steve has swapped their Virgin Comedy cruise from Portsmouth in August to an Alaskan cruise in June. Brilliant late. Oh, lovely.
That would be really good. So I didn't realise Virgin were going to Alaska.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
that's news to me.
We had to cancel ours as well. So we've changed it to a Caribbean cruise is what we're doing.
We have. But what we've realised is the cruise we've chosen was the cheapest cruise we could possibly find at the time. So it's only like 5 nights. So what we're going to do is, because obviously we've not booked the flights yet, we're going to side-by-side it with another cruise. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on the Virgin cruise for us, just to blow off some steam and have fun. And then what we're going to do is the other cruise will probably video then vlog properly. So yes.
That's next year, though.
That's next year.
That's still over a year away.
Yeah. 20 years ago, have a ferry to where? No, to spend a week in Scotland with my brother. It was rough. Ooh, there's nothing worse than being seasick.
World Asia as well. Lovely. JJ is still on
Villa Dubai.
Yeah.
Or Villa Vai.
Villa Vai.
Villa Dubai. I'm thinking like Cruella.
I'm saying Villa Vive.
Villa Dubai.
We got invited over to see that ship, but it was obviously in America, so we couldn't make it.
It cost us an absolute arm and a leg.
And I think it was like a one-day thing.
Again, though, if we had a cruise booked and it would have worked, like we would have never been able to plan for that, would we? That could have worked.
Virtuosa is a nice little ship, big ship. She's a nice ship. We like all our MSCs, don't we? Because it's so stunning.
Yeah. We can still never choose between Seaside class or Merveille class, but then saying that the wheeled class looks good as well. We have to try them. We've not tried them. We would like to try them, especially for somewhere like Dubai. That'd be quite good if they did that again.
That's Royal Caribbean's and Celebrity. They always seem to have sales on this stuff, and it is good that you can cancel it.
That's really good. You don't have to commit to it. You can just chop and change. And Liberty of Seas is getting refit. Yes, we heard that as well. So, because we were thinking, you could go on it maybe before, but there'd be no point if she has a refit, would there? So we'll have to wait.
Where did you learn to tie a bow tie?
Oh, that was on some. It was on there was a man. He's like sells suits.
Wasn't about the elephant? Like the elephant
he said he had this thing that says tie the knot. You got the elephant shirt. You got the parrot on your shirt. I can't remember. I couldn't tell you that. We just do it.
YouTube. It's amazing.
There was this guy and basically sold suits or did like wedding rentals, and he said you should always know how to do a bow tie. And I always remember watching this thing. And they said the Queen, if ever you met the Queen, she would always know if you tied your bow tie yourself. She detested people who were pre-tied. I don't think she just liked a man who does his own bow tie. So I thought, did we learn it then just before Ascot? Not that we did it for Ascot, but we ran about that.
Why we did it?
But now it's like second nature, really.
Tie a normal bow tie, a normal tie.
I do find though that the self-tie bow ties, we need like a slimmer one because ours I kind of feel is really like fat. It's quite full, and it feels like it's a bit oversized.
Maybe we just haven't,
Maybe we need to get a slimmer one.
and maybe we just haven't tied them very well.
No, I think we do. It's just we need a smaller, like the
There is something
triangle.
nice just going.
Yeah, and it will just unravel and just leave it drape. It's good.
I can see we're coming up as 10 to 8. So if you do have any questions, please pop them in the chat now.
Yes.
Because we tend to try and keep it around.
Try and squash it in.
What are you doing?
Squash it. I don't know. Was I telling you about Marella or something?
I don't know, you did it somewhere, didn't
And
you?
I've never done it since, but I squeeze it in. I did the twist of the hand and I did it. You can't see the full effect. I'm crammed in this little box.
There's always the next group cruise.
Yes.
What do you think of Hirschguten?
I'd like to try here to group, and they look really, really cool. Like we watched, didn't Susan Kalman go on one of them?
Yes.
I think. Or we watched some other guy do it. The guy who does the Norway cruises. What's his name? He
Life in Norway.
Life in Norway. He I'm sure he went on one, and it looked really, really good. Very, very the size of the ship and all. I bet it really amplifies the.
But it's a bit of a hop on, hop off as well.
It's a
isn't
ferry
it? So,
basically, but you can use it as a cruise. It does appeal. I would like to try it.
I can see another question come in. Loyalty schemes,
such as we do buy things and all in the shops. We get a percentage of P&O, but most of ours are P&O.
Yeah, so we've got our highest loyalty with P&O, so we get a percentage off, which I think is 8.5% off your bill. So that's really good.
I mean, drinks wise, we've normally got a drinks package, so we get the percentage off the
but
drinks.
like laundry and
loyalty
stuff,
thing.
we don't bother with laundry and things like that.
Cunard now, it would be nice to experience priority boarding.
We had that last time.
We did have last time, but it'd be nice to try to have that again, and that would be good.
There's been a lot of hoo-ha about Carnival changing their loyalty. We've never done Carnival, so don't actually know a huge amount about it, but it seems
to be they're going down the route of the more you spend on the ship, the more they'll look after you. But then I think you have to pay a lot though to maintain your status as well.
Probably,
there's like a time period, that's the bit I don't like, if I'm honest. But I think the bit with spending money, I can kind of see why, to be honest, because it does seem like a lot of people seem to do the whole thing. They go on board, they don't spend, whereas we've always been very much might have an inside cabin, but I bet we spent more on board than people who've had possibly a suite, because we just buy everything. We go speciality. We just So you can see why cruise lines are going down that route, but it's a bit of a shame, really.
So Steve was saying about the.
So
you mentioned this one, didn't you?
Yeah, you can do on the launch party. Yeah. But isn't the red points? Isn't that to do with the casino?
I'm not sure.
Someone might help us out, because it would be very, very good. It would be nice if I could go on there this summer and experience it, and it would be nice because I think you can bring up to so many people with you, can't you?
No, you have to buy more people.
You have to buy more people.
Yeah. So the points, use your points. That's how I understood it.
Okay. I just skimmed through it earlier on, because it'd be nice if you could give somebody like my brother, who's never been on a cruise before, and he's quite young, who has this perception that it's full of old people. If he went on a Virgin cruise, I think he'd have his mind blown.
Good evening, guys. Congratulations.
Hello. Oh, they're in the chat.
In the Bay Biscay.
I spilt my cider over it extensionally. That would have been a ban.
Yes.
Congratulations.
How easy is parking at Southampton? Have you ever done Marella Fly Cruise? So it depends who you're cruising with, I suppose. If you've gone with the cruise lines parking, you'll be using CPS or ABP, which is basically at the port, and that's really easy. We've used kind of stay and park with hotels. So we've done it in Ibis, done it in
Chilworth is a good one, because you get the pre-cruise stay, and they'll let you park your car there for, like, say, the week or up to 2 weeks, isn't it? I think they do. And they also put on a shuttle from the hotel, because it's about 20 minutes from Southampton itself. So they put on a shuttle, which is free, which is fantastic.
Give us a shout if you want any more info on any of them.
And again, if you've got any questions like that, if you're on the Facebook group and you ask them, other people, even if there's a place we've never heard of, somebody will experience it, or they'll give you information.
And with ABP, which is MSC and Royal Caribbean Group Cruises, you can normally get a discount code as well if you search for it. So don't pay full price. You can normally get a 10% or 5% discount code. CPS, which is kind of Carnival Group, isn't it? So it's P&O and all that. We found they can be quite expensive. That's the only problem. especially in the summer.
Sometimes we've been very lucky. We did have one cruise, I can't remember which one it was, and we booked like was it the Cunard or the P&O, the select price, basically because we got parking and we worked out it was actually better value at that time, but we haven't had that again since. Away,
No,
it's not really.
Virgin Red is similar to Avios, so it's points based.
Okay, interesting. Interesting. I've always booked a cruise directly with the cruise line. Yes, there are benefits. Yeah, I'd say always. It doesn't hurt to ask, but it's definitely worth doing. We've always, I mean, for us, we booked now through travel agent. We have been using a travel agent for a while.
Just down the corner there.
Yeah, yeah, we have. No, we're not just saying it because of that though. It has worked out cheaper. It might be 20 quid cheaper, but it's still cheaper.
Yep.
But
and the main thing for us is when things have gone wrong.
Yeah.
It's been a lot easier to sort them out. So when Sun Princess cruise was cancelled last year, it was 2 or 3 days before, and we just kind of didn't need to worry about anything because we knew travel agent would sort it all out for us. We didn't have to ring Princess for refunds.
It saves you the
You
headache.
don't have to do any chasing. So that's kind of the main benefit, is you've got somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why we recommend Travel Village through our link.
Yeah.
It's because it's a team of 7 people who you'll speak to if you're trying to book a cruise and got any questions. There's a dedicated care team, and it won't cost you any more.
No.
So you're supporting a little business
Yeah.
as well as the cruise line, because why give the cruise line all the commission? That's why I
was
say
say about sometimes the NHS get a better deal with booking direct. I think MSC is it 10%. P&O, are they 10% as well?
Some of them do. Yeah, so it's worth checking.
But it's always worth checking. Like I said, what's the worst? It could be more expensive if you just don't book with them. But if they're cheaper, you save yourself a little fortune.
Well, let's see, that's they're talking about shares. So yeah, Carnival shares.
Yeah,
we
we have
shares
them.
to get your onboard credit. That's always good.
Yeah, we have them. Just for that onboard credit, it's been good. Really is.
And Life in the Parks is suggesting the car park in Southampton as their favourite.
Yeah.
Lots of congratulations for getting to see.
That was really, really lovely. Well, we know how that feels because we got engaged on the cruise.
Yes.
Our first ever cruise, though.
Aurora.
On Aurora. Yeah.
It wasn't romantic though, was it?
I don't know. No, we just mutually decided to get engaged on that cruise. I think we were completely blown away by the whole experience. Fell in love with cruising. It just seemed the right time. We had a lovely portrait done by the piano with like a champagne flute, didn't we? I think my nan's got a picture of it now, like a canvas in a lounge, bless her. It's congratulations.
I just I saw a question come in about, do you diet before cruise? Yeah.
Yes.
it's a constant life of a
slimming and binging.
Yes.
Binge. Yeah. And as you're getting older, it's getting harder, isn't it?
Yes.
We've tried the latest one. We tried the keto, and it worked really well last year, didn't it? But it didn't work very well.
We eat like ants, apparently.
We what?
Eat like ants.
We do.
Drink like fish.
But when we walk our dog, honestly, normally, and today we've been a bit lazy. We've been doing the decorating. But normally we walk 4 miles
about 4 miles a day walking.
And I go on an exercise bike about lunchtime for a good 40 minutes. So yeah, we do constantly do stuff. We don't just
See a few more things coming in. Triangle Parking, I think that's quite close to terminal. It's not one. Yeah, it's by Ocean. We've walked past it a few times.
Okay.
Yes, we've never used them because we tend to use Ibis, to be honest, and on your parking space. Yeah. And I'm just looking through our list of things that we had.
You covered everything.
I think we have. So
what's Temu at the bottom?
Oh yeah. Oh, you can tell them about Temu.
Temu, because my dad is he's a bit of a self-confessed Temu addict, I'd say. Would you?
Yes.
He does like his Temu, and he said to us yesterday, he said, "Oh, you can buy all your stuff on Temu." I was like, "You what?" And he said, "Yes." And he showed me the stuff. And
awful AI
it's
stuff,
like AI stuff, but you can buy the cruise market. We don't get any commission, we don't get nothing from that. So I was a bit like, oh, okay, that's a bit rude. They just
when you look at it, you're like, no, it's awful.
But I was like, no, it's so bad. It's not a threat. So but they did actually use 1 or 2 of our things that actually had our logo. So they have been taken.
Yeah, we did take that down.
We did take that down because that was a bit naughty. But what did it say? It says something like Bananos.
Bananos.
Bananos
about cruising or something like that.
I'll show you. It was here somewhere. It was here.
But yeah, if you ever do find like pages pretending to be us and stuff, please let us know so we can report them, because it does happen.
This one here, I don't know. Right, I'll try and put it. It says Ben, don't forget Benus about cruising. What is that about? Look at it. And I was laughing. There was one of Gavin, and it did make me laugh. Look at them. Look at them. They've literally ripped us right off.
Oh, there we go. Thanks for that. I knew there was a code out there. So it's ABP's parking is summer 2025, and they'll get you 10% off. Yeah, why not? Do it.
So yes,
it all helps. It goes towards the next cruise or the drinks fund or whatever.
Yes, definitely.
If you can make sure you've given this video a like, please, that'd be really nice. I'm just going through our list of things to ask.
I can't believe is how fast the hour has gone again.
I know, it always flies by.
Talking, you feel like you're just getting into your stride, and then it's like, oh, it's over. And I feel like you
can tell we talk a lot, because that's all I've only drunk about that much.
Yeah, just
it's been yapping. If you don't follow us on Facebook and Instagram, please head over to Cruise Monkeys UK and follow us over there. Make sure you sign up to our newsletter, so if Facebook throws a wobbly again and decides we're terrorists, something like that, and bans us, you can still follow us. That's fine. I think that's everything we've got, isn't it?
My shirt. No, it looks like I've got a patch on my shirt. I was wondering if I'd done that. You know, when you get the condensation dribble.
Oh, it could have been, yeah. I can just about see it.
Yeah, no mind.
It could be paint.
It could be paint from the decorating. Because there was paint everywhere today. I found paint in my hair a lot.
Yes, you can always watch us on rewind. It'll be fine. The video will process now probably, and you can watch it from the start. At your heart's
content. If you miss anything, you can catch up. But if you've got any further questions, Facebook, and if you want to see more of us, there's YouTube's. You can watch all of our own adventures. I know Arcadia's cropped up quite a lot tonight. Arcadia is a lovely ship. We had loads of fun on here. As we said, we spent 2 weeks. 15 videos of her. Yeah, we went around. That was a fantastic cruise, really good. We went to Norway, Iceland, and if you're thinking of going to Iceland, I would definitely recommend it. It's bloody, but we should go back. We should go back, and I'd like to go to Tom and Don went there. Never been there. That would be good.
Would be.
Yeah.
I was listening to something else as well. What was it? Oh, my mind's gone blank now. It was semi-important.
Was it about Temu?
It wasn't about now. It's gone. It's gone. It's completely gone.
About subscribing, not subscribing.
No. It was. Next vlog will be on Friday, because we didn't have one this week. I know we've spoken about it, just in case you missed that. Yes, will be a new vlog coming out at 7 p.m. on Friday. We'll be live again in 2 weeks' time at 7 o'clock. Yeah. And I think that's probably about it.
I think we've covered everything. So thank you all for joining us, everybody. It's been lovely seeing you.
And if you're booking the group cruise, look out for the email this week,
because you'll be getting the Facebook group.
Yes.
That'd be good.
So
excited.
Enjoy your Sunday evening,
cheers, everybody.
Bye.
Happy weekend.